Let's talk about mental illness and spirituality. I've talked before about the fact that I saw purple flames like all over me, and I honestly thought I was mentally ill. So I've got this feeling a lot of other people think that is what's going on for them as well. And I would say potentially, yeah, a lot of the medical industry might think so as well. So, big notice I'm not a psychiatrist. You gotta properly research these things. However, when all this started happening for me, I did do my own research and I did find like an amazing amount of validation that some of us who experience a spiritual awakening, that it isn't a mental illness criteria. And I took myself to the hospital 3 times and was sent home 3 times. And in the end, a psychiatrist said that I was experiencing paranormal phenomena. And I went, there's such a thing? Oh my God. So anyway, I did lots of research. So one of the things that I found is there's a paper that I will have on my link tree. There was a paper done by some American psychiatrists who determined the symptoms of a spiritual awakening. And it had everything explained really beautifully about what to expect during a spiritual awakening and the conditions of that didn't fit any normal sort of mental illness criteria. So when I read that, it was very reassuring and it helped me understand. So if you are not sure about a spiritual awakening or if you're going through it, it's worth having a look at that. One of the biggest things that I would say is a misunderstanding that people have about spirituality is that they think it's a belief system and generally aligned with some kind of religion. But that is so far from reality. So a spiritual awakening in the true sense of the word is like every part of you is impacted. It's a physiological, mental health, sort of almost like feels like subconscious impact over you, and your entire person changes. So it's quite full on, and you honestly think you could be depressed. It's like exhaustion. You can even be unwell as well, like physically unwell. So these are just some of the things. So just definitely be checking everything with your doctor. I'm not stupid about this either because I'm very evidence based, and I also I'm one of these people who's shown the reality of our world, and it is needing sometimes like a mix of everything. So it's not like, you can't have the medical system if you're spiritual, and you can't have the spiritual system if you're medical. Like, we're meant to use everything that is in our power to be the best that we can be. So these symptoms are actually quite real. The other thing that I think is really important for us to know when you're going through these massive things, sometimes it can be psychic attack as well. So I will add here an outline of symptoms of a psychic attack as well, because sometimes it's not the awakening, it's that's all going on. And I'm even having a new sort of understanding that if you're surrounded by people who want you to go a certain direction in your life, and that's not your direction to have, it's kind of a gift, but it's also a pressure. I can see into the sixth frequency, apparently, but anyway, see portals of consciousness. So that whole timeline thing, I would say I would debunk. It's actually more like one timeline, but there's multiple portals of consciousness that are yours, that are opportunities for you. So field of potentiality out there. So if you go and look in one of those and you see stuff in there and it feels terrible, that's often because other people are creating it around you, and you're sort of being forced down that line and it doesn't resonate with you, and you can feel completely out of sorts, really tired, really heavy. It's almost depressive, actually. And then if you look in the other one and it's got a lot of the things that you came here on this planet to do, then it feels super amazing, light, and bright. And so the trick is to know what's yours and know what's not yours, and make those like conscious steps every day, an inspired step forward to draw that potentiality down into this world. So when you start to learn how to co-create with spirit, then you are actually like truly creating alchemy in your life. And then that like misalignment that you get when you're going through a spiritual awakening, when you're not in control of it, you're partly here and you're partly there, or you're going down a track that's not yours to have, you don't know how to work safely with spirit, I would say you can totally feel like you've got a mental illness. So I would encourage you, 100%, go to therapy and go to a psychiatrist and outrule any of those things. That's the order we're supposed to do it. I would say if it was me and my time again, I would look at this first and clear that stuff. So there's also like coding in our soul DNA, if I'm trying to be careful about the words, but say there's coding out there, you can clear that first, and that will be a load off you. And then you can start to get into co-creation mode and learning how to work with spirit sort of safely. But definitely be certain that you're looking after your health and you're getting proper checks as well. Okay, so coming up, all the symptoms of psychic attack.